one of common question about egusi seed is it actually watermelon seed? No, it is not. And it is edible seed of egusi melon fruits, the citrus lananthus, which is a native to West Africa and looks like a small watermelon. And the egusi melon has an inedible bitter flesh, and it's cultivated just for the seed. And that you can have a clue if you actually has gone to if you've gone to, let me say, a farmland or a cultivated area where people do practice farming system. You might have gone across one egusi, or so egusi melon seed is enclosed in a young which needs to be opened to reveal the edible parts, and the crowning white kernel is called ugusi, and the process of removing the unk is called shelling. So this actually, we have the when it's being dried, it's called the dried ugusi, and when shelled is removed from it, it's also called a shelled ugusi melon seed. And this melon seed with high, it comes with a high oil and protein content, and is stable in West African cooking. Egusi has an earthly, savory flavor which works well with African condiments like fermented liquors, beans, ogiri, dry fish, etc. And apart from being ground to cooked into different soup, it is fermented to make ogiri, a pungent condiment, and it can also be fried, boiled, or steamed to make snacks like imbika, which will be coming your way on this particular channel. So please stay tuned and remember to subscribe so that you will not miss out on any of our great episode that will be coming on in this particular channel. So we also have the Congo, we also have Akara Ogusi from West Nigeria. All these great package will be coming to you on this channel. So when we say how to make Nigerian Ogusi soup here, is it Nigerian Ogusi soup we should call it? And in fact, the ingredients we've seen, or in the process of preparations that we've seen in our previous episode of videos, we see that we have palm oil, onions, tomatoes, our grounded egusi, the red bell pepper, grounded crayfish, mixed seafood. We have the mackerel, and we also have the kale. We have dried fish, salt also, and fermented locust beans. If you see in some of the episodes which we did, you notice that locust beans is being mixed with bitter leaf, and also with other ingredients to make up this bitter leaf egusi soup. But basically, you see, in this episode we are doing several combinations, that of bitter leaf, that of uziza, and that of bitter leaf and ugu, and that of ugu. So if you checked into the video, you see that many kind of preparation process is being done in quotes. Bitter leaf and all egusi, all in quotes, is egusi bitter leaf soup. So actually, a few notes about the basic ingredients which actually will be added in the preparation of this. We have protein. Egusi soup is typically cooked with an assorted of meats. As you can see, you can cook it with beef, fish. You can also cook with chicken or dry fish, smoked fish, or seafood, whichever one you are used to and you prefer, or you even skip. This make it suitable for vegetarians. Egusi melon seed is a good source of protein and quite nutritious on its own. So basically, we'll be going into the process of how to make this special Nigeria delicacy, and here we go on how to make this particular egusi soup. The first thing is to blend. This is another process of having a toasted egusi soup. one of the best egusi soup. I bet you just try this and you tell me what actually it is. And when finally browned, you take and you dry blend in your blender, you turn it and you blend, you grind till it's smooth. Make sure it's more smoother, and look how it looks like. Then we have our yellow pepper and our onions together. This we are going to grind in a smoother texture, just as you say, boil smooth. I'll please add oil to a heating pan. Then grounded ugusi goes in. Then we stir to fry well, so as to avoid it from getting burnt. Then we had our mixed pepper and also our red bell pepper, atarudu, if you got to know it, and our crayfish. This all will go in, and we just have to cover it and allow it to cook for some minutes. After that, look how yummy-cious it looks like. So we had our washed bitter leaf and then stir periodically. So we're placing our boiled cooked meat, beef and pomo. So the turning process continues. Then we put our smoked fish. All these, in case you feel like putting a stockfish, you can as well put it, and our seasoned salt goes in, and then our vegetable chopped ugu leaves goes in. So this actually, if you look, is a combination of bitter leaf and ugu leaf, if you take notes. And this is one of the best, I said best and easier way of preparing ugu and bitter leaf soup and ugusi soup. This can go with your fufu, eba, or whichever way you feel like having this. So okay, while playing on, we'll be going into most of the questions. Meanwhile, the other process of making egusi soup is ongoing, so you can follow it as usual. And please remember to subscribe to this channel as we do this together. So a question that tripping is, can I use vegetable oil for egusi soup? Yes, I say yes. Palm oil is preferred as it gives a distinct flavor and color to efo ele egusi. This actually is one of the Yoruba favorites. I guess it's someone's favorite too. However, if you do not have access to, or you do not like to use palm oil, just why not use vegetable oil? I think vegetable oil should be fine too, but I bet you you want the best egusi soup, you should as well prefer to use palm oil. So another question that is also tripping out, you say, how do I make my egusi lumpy? Yes, this is a very good question, and in fact I like answering this particular one, because sometimes ago it seems like, how will I make this thing? It looks so plumpy. How do they do this? So I'm going to share this with. Actually, I'm going to share this with us. It's a very nice question. Actually, if you're one of those people, a cheat method to mix some egg is just to mix some egg into the egusi. So when you're adding liquid, combine half of an egg, an egg mix in it, and add it into the pan in small balls. Follow the step in this recipe. After that, and then you will end up with a lumps of egusi in your soup. So for those that love actually taking prefer the egusi to be lumpy, this actually is one of the great ideas to go with this. So sorry, we'll not be taking all the questions for today's episode. Okay, we'll shift some of the questions maybe to our next or subsequent video, when we'll be doing more about different type of egusi in Nigeria and Africa, and also how it's been mixed in continents at times. How this actually is being cultivated and then from the scratch, and also how we have the end process of it and called egusi soup. So please, in case I do not answer your question, please don't be offended. I'll do same in our next episode, in a subsequent episode, by God's grace. The second to the last question, we're going to take 2 questions for now, and the second to the last question is, how do I store my egusi? Yes, it is actually one of the very nice question here. Everybody will like, how do I store this egusi? Am I going to store this? Am I to get so as it won't get spoiled when I want to use it? Every woman actually is asking this question. Let me give you the great secret now. When you want to store your egusi seed, you just need, all what you need is just keep in a high tight container under ambient condition for a few weeks. Ground egusi will, the ground one will keep for less time because oil in the seed goes resin and gives a foamy taste. So you wouldn't want your soup to be untasty or the way you want it to be. So just what you have to do is just to make it to go for less time, so you have a perfect taste. And the seed and the ground egusi are best stored in the freezer, as they will last for many months. So if you're asking how will I store this, please, the best storing process or method is to please keep all your egusi in the freezer, and that will take goes a long way of helping you economizing any whatever. So I think this is another question that says, can I freeze egusi soup? Yes, this is a very good question. Can I freeze egusi soup? Egusi soup will last a few days in the fridge and many more weeks, many weeks in the freezer. So it's more better and preferable we keep it in the freezer so as it will last longer. There's a difference between the fridge and the freezer. So you know what I mean. So in using this particular to store, the process of storage should determine if you actually feel like using this for a month or let's say more than 1 month. So it's more better to store it in the freezer than keeping it in the fridge to avoid it to get spoiled, to avoid it from spoiling. So the Nigerian egusi soup, also known as efo elus, is a very delicious and versatile soup which goes well with eba, which yam, fufu, rice and plantain. So in case you are actually like this soup, this Nigeria, this vegetable soup, how am I going to get it? What actually you can get it in any part of Nigeria, in any part in Nigeria, in any part. When you come to Africa, you see several soup, but this particular one is one of the best soup ever. And I think if you get to try of this, you will never regret it, and you will want to like bite or eat more of it. So remember, when you're cooking, remember your crayfish, remember your beef, remember your palm oil, and some other person said vegetable oil. Yes, it goes with the vegetable oil. Remember your onions, remember also your kanda, which is pomo. And so what is the meaning of pomo? Pomo means cow skin. So remember your cow skin, remember your roundabout. What is the meaning of roundabout? Yes, roundabout means your intestine and other assorted meats from cow. So this actually goes well when you are preparing this egusi African delicacy. So most times I would also prefer, when you're doing this, we make use of what is it called, bitterleaf, and some other person would like to put uziza leaf. Uziza leaf is one of a very great vegetable. So when you do this, you actually enjoy Nigerian vegetable soup. So thank you so much for watching. See you on next episode when we come to you on Mel's Kitchen with different package. Please remember to subscribe and stay tuned for great and more episodes. Thank you.